Welcome. Om Swastiastu. Namaste. So good to be here with you. Day 6 of our Ritualize Your Life Challenge. Welcome Philippa, Uma, Annie, Kate, Red Moon Yoga, Catherine, Theo, Isha, Ellen. So nice. Yay! I am offering you this incense, celebrating you all for just simply being you. Yes, celebrating our existence, celebrating that we were given one more day to live. We're still here. Anandoham, fullness I am. Yoga kshema iti prana panayoho. Inhaling I receive, exhaling I am protected. Karagre vasate Lakshmi, Karamadhe Saraswati, Karamule Sthita Gauri, Prabhate Karadarshanam. Invoking the great Mother Parvati, she who's infallible, at the root, at the base of our hands. Saraswati, so we engage throughout the day with objectivity, clarity, pay attention to our words, to our intended meaning, non-violent communication, sharing our gifts, placing Lakshmi at the tip of our finger, invoking prosperity and abundance for all of us in everything we do. May our actions be an offering to the universe. May we receive with namaha, with glad acceptance, all the stimulus that comes in. If we like it or don't like it, it's exactly what I need in order to grow. Not more, not less. This is called Ishvara Prasada Buddhi, Ishvara Arpana Buddhi. The two attitude, how we sanctify our actions. That was step number 3. Step number 4, Om Parvatyai Namaha. Honoring the temperature, honoring our fertility, honoring our infertility. In reality, we're all fertile beings, no matter what, no matter how old we are, no matter the gender. We are all fertile in itself, because existence is infinitely fertile. She is never not fertile, because existence gives existence to everything. Without existence, nothing exists, so there's no question of fertility. But in the relative, we checked our temperature to see. Step 4. Step 5 we saw yesterday. Om Bhumi Devyai Namaha. I offer my gratitude to Mother Earth that I can walk upon her, walk upon, step upon, dance upon, and may she protect me with every step I go. This is what we have seen so far, and so today we are day 6. So thank you, the universe, that we made it all the way to here, and may we be able to walk many more days to come. So welcome everyone who has been joining now, and I'd love to hear from you how these steps have landed. Any questions, all is welcomed. And before we go into step number 6, I want to share with you what I have planned for a very special day. This is called Guru Purnima. So Guru Purnima is, Purnima means fullness, and Purnima is also also referred to the full moon. And so on July 21st, there is Guru Purnima. And so there is fullness, there's full moon. It's the brightest moon of the year. And it is now the first full moon after solstice that we just had a few weeks ago. And the solstice, which also was with the full moon. And now on July 21st is Guru Purnima, which we celebrate, is the day where we celebrate Guru. Guru. So Guru is that which removes darkness. That's the inner meaning of Guru. And so I invite us for a moment to just see in our felt sense what happens when you hear the word Guru. What happens in your body? I'd love to hear from you also. Because I know that for many people, when they hear the word guru, there's like an activation. There is a rejection, a sense of rejection, maybe even a sense of judgment there. And this has happened because the word guru has been, not only the word, but also the role in itself has been abused and misused in certain cases. Teacher have proclaimed to be a guru, and they have abused and misused their power, and people got hurt. And that is why the last 20 years maybe, the guru had received or developed a bad name for itself. Often when people hear the word guru, they have this reaction in their body, fear even, and maybe they've even had a painful experience, and that led to rejecting any kind of guru. And we don't even know what really a guru is. For many people don't know what really a guru is. Yes, the first meaning is a teacher, really, actually. Right? It's that which shows us something that we don't know. And so in India, actually every teacher is called a guru. Even the singing teacher is a guru. Or when I used to dance, Odissi dance, which is one of the classical dances of India, they are all original temple dances. We also called my dancing teacher a guru. And out of respect, like I wouldn't go and say like, no, I'm not going to call you guru. Everyone did it, so I also did it, and I did respect this person profoundly, and I would follow what everyone else did. I would touch his feet, and like with everyone else did that. And I saw beauty in that, and I also saw that there was some things that I didn't fully resonate with, so I didn't completely like just gave myself to this person. Thanks God I didn't. I heard there was a lot of adharmic things happening actually afterwards also. I was not affected by that directly, but indirectly, because sisters of mine got affected by inappropriate behavior. And so all the way until that moment, I just thought of guru, okay, it's a teacher, a different sort, kind of teacher, dancing teacher, singing teacher, mathematics teacher from India. But I also heard that there is guru, like a spiritual teacher. And until I actually found my teacher, my Vedanta teacher, which is actually the one that we actually call a guru. We don't really call actually, in reality, a singing or a dance teacher a guru, because it's really only that which can remove the darkness of self-ignorance is a guru. And so it's actually not related to a person, the guru. It's actually related to the truth referring to the knowledge that is capable of removing self-ignorance. So self-knowledge, the knowledge of the limitless self, is that which removes self-ignorance, the ignorance of the limited self. And so a guru, gukara, rukaram, that which destroys the darkness, is what? Is the light of knowledge. Like wherever there is darkness, you can only remove darkness through light. You cannot make a handstand or a headstand or pincha mayurasana and remove the darkness. You cannot sing, you cannot do mathematics, you cannot do something to remove the darkness other than turning on the light. Only light can remove darkness. And when I say only light can remove darkness, it's not a fanatic statement, it's just an objective statement. And so in the same way, I don't know what I am. I don't know that I'm a limitless being. I don't know that I'm a being that is free from birth, free from death, free from age, free from gender, free from size. I don't know that I am free from ignorance, free from anger, free from hate, free from jealousy, free from fear even, free from my likes and dislikes. I don't know that. And so the only solution is to know yourself as what you truly are. That you are Anandoham, a limitless being. Already here and now, praptasya praptihi, an already accomplished fact. You are limitless, you were always limitless, you will always be limitless. It's not something that you become. no action in the world can ever make you free. Because every action is a karma and it will produce a result. And the result by nature is limited. So no karma in the world can ever make you free. Only knowledge, right? But then again, like many of us, we get this reaction when we hear the word knowledge, because like knowledge, then I depend upon an authority and upon a person. And then I get scared because maybe my teacher or even my parents abused their authority. And then I only refer to knowledge in terms of academical knowledge. And then I have trauma from my school. But when I talk or use the word knowledge, I'm not referring to academical knowledge, where then there is an identification with what you know, and then there's a knower, a pramata, an ego that says, I know, and I know something that you don't know. No, when I talk about knowledge, we are talking about truth. And the definition of truth is that which cannot change subject further inquiry. Knowledge, the absolute knowledge, is what we call the truth. And the truth is that which does not change subject further inquiry. Everything in this world changes subject further inquiry. Everything. Whatever you inquire to, whatever study is being done about coffee or about spirulina or about maca or about whatever, it's going to change. Right? Every topic. Now, you do one PhD about one topic, and then you can do another PhD about the same topic, and you will find something new, and then this person will come and refute what you discovered. Relative knowledge will always change. Absolute knowledge cannot change, otherwise it's not absolute. And so when we talk about absolute knowledge, we refer to the truth. And the truth is that which does not change subject further inquiry, and that can only be yourself. So yes, like we can have different truths in the relative. My situation or my story, my version of our relationship is maybe different from your version of our relationship. And both versions are true. For me, my perception, my feeling are truthful, are true. Your perception, your feelings are true for you in the relative. But then what is from the absolute standpoint? Whatever version I have about myself or you, it's untrue. Whatever version you have about yourself or me, it's untrue. The only version that is correct is that we are limitless. No matter what story, no matter what feeling, in reality has nothing to do with what I am. No matter what story you have, no matter what experience you have, it has nothing to do with what you are in essence. And that is the truth for all beings. Because existence itself, limitless existence, is not defined or categorized or labeled or has a name, it just is. And so that's the ultimate truth of your limitless nature. And so a guru is that which reveals this truth. That's the real guru, that's the truth. Which in reality, yes, is yourself. Is in reality yourself. You are that truth, not anything or anyone outside of yourself. But I don't know. And so until I know what I am, until I have removed self-ignorance and see myself as a limitless being, I have a means of knowledge. And here we say in the form of words, and these words are used by your guru. And that guru, you choose who is your guru. Actually, no person can title themselves as a guru. In the Vedic tradition, you cannot give yourself the title of being a guru in reality. Only the student that discovers trust in the truth, in the teaching, in the form of words, in this case, because that's why words is so important to have a value for satyam, for words. Once we lose the value for words, we lose actually that means of knowledge that can reveal the truth of our limitless nature. That's why we have the first yoga practice is called Bhak Tapas, the awareness of how we use words and when we use words and how we say things and how and when we do not say things. Words have the power and are meant to convey truth, meant to convey light. Words are not meant to convey heat. untruth. When we speak about lying, we can only lie through words, really. Words can lie. We can speak the untruth. And that's why one of the major values is satyam, to speak the truth. And so when we rediscover the value of speaking the truth, you reclaim the power of words. Once you reclaim the power of words, the means of knowledge in the form of words, when you found trust, the words can convey, can make you see that you are that limitless being. That is the Veda. This is an incredible body of knowledge. And so when we have found a teaching that is embodied by a person, but that person is a human being, and though those people will have limitations, their actions will fail, and you will see their failure, but the truth will not fail. The teaching will never fail. And so then I have faith, I have trust in the truth, because you cannot be not limitless. You have to be limitless. I have to be limitless. We have to be whole and complete. Otherwise, we would be born as an incomplete being, and we would be doomed to suffer for eternity. So, as a student, I discover trust, and then I discover my guru. So guru is never a self-given title. You find your guru in the teachings and then the person that embodies that, and then this person becomes your guru. But then a trustworthy teacher will always only mirror everything back to you that you see in them. Hello. They become your mirror, and their job, their duty is to mirror back everything you see in them. So whatever you project onto me, pleasant or unpleasant, it's nothing to do with me, it's everything to do with you. So that's why we say, never put anyone on a pedestal, because if you put them on a pedestal, you have to take them down. But we can admire the qualities. But there are qualities that are admirable, and there are other qualities that we do not need to take on. I'm fallible, my actions are fallible. And so we see the qualities that are conducive and admirable, and then we take them on, we practice them, and then they become second nature. So, Guru Purnima, July 21st, which is the day, I have a very special day dedicated to that day, which is dedicated to the truth, which is that you are limitless, I am limitless, and we are one and the same being, the vision of wholeness. There's a special day dedicated to that truth, to the vision of wholeness, and to the teaching tradition, to the lineage, to the parampara, the uninterrupted lineage from teacher to student, teacher to student, teacher to student, from beginningless time. We honor on that day all those that have come before us, that have walked this path of liberation. So we are a day in prayers, we're a day in reverence, and really every day. Your every day becomes your day of reverence and your day of prayers, like we are learning to ritualize our life. And the beauty is of the Vedic tradition, there are many special days based on the planetary constellation that are specifically auspicious to honor certain aspects, like now here it is the ultimate truth, the lineage, the mentors, the teachers, all the people that have supported you in your life to make choices that have helped you to become who you are today. All these people, and the teachings and methods also. And so it's also a very auspicious day to invoke if you have not found your teacher, for example. So if you feel like you have not found your tribe, you have not found the person that you can really trust, you have not found the truth, like you know that the truth exists, but you have not found a teaching or a teacher that you can really resonate with, because there's so many obstacles. Like just because of my eyebrows, you could mistrust me, because my eyebrows look like the eyebrows of your mom, and then I remind you of your mom, and then you have mistrust issues with your mom, and then because of my eyebrows you don't trust me. There's a gazillion obstacles between you and I for the teaching to be passed on. And often when we come to this teaching, to knowledge, to spirituality, all we can see is all our likes and dislikes. And it's like me when I, for the first time, came to my teacher and I saw him using a computer. I was like, he's using a computer. There must be something wrong. Like a spiritual person would not use a computer. I had this kind of belief, just as much as I had the belief that a spiritual person would never ever have intimacy. I don't know where I picked that up, but I had these beliefs. I had all kinds of beliefs. I had the belief that a spiritual person has to live alone by themselves and live very simple. I had the belief that a spiritual person cannot be rich and not make money. I had so many beliefs. What kind of beliefs did you have or still have, right? About a spiritual person or what it means to be a teacher. And so we have all these notions and beliefs and obstacles. And so that day, Guru Purnima, July 21st, is also a day to pray. And then the planetary situation, constellation is deeply aligned for then you to find, for this teacher to really come into your life that is for you. Like that is your guru, that is your teacher, where you just are committed to. Right? And that's what we all seek. We all want to be able to trust again. We're all so tired, this deep exhaustion of fighting and being in offense, defense posture, being in fight, flight mode, in freeze mode. We're so exhausted. All we long for is to come back into the arm of the mother, like to trust again. And it's up to you, really. Right? I know you got hurt. We all got hurt very deeply. Our trust got broken in infinite ways. By our mother, when she got angry at you, when you were a little girl, and then suddenly she screamed at you. Like by your dad, when he said he would pick you up and he didn't pick you up. By your teacher, when you were in school and you didn't know what 10 plus 95 was. You were frozen and couldn't do the maths, and then he would laugh at you. When you were wearing certain braids and the girls were laughing at you because you were wearing the wrong braids. And we all got hurt. We all lost that trust. And we got hurt by the people that we loved the most. And I know it's so hurtful. So we got to process that. You got to feel your heart. But you can trust. Because you're here today. You are here today. Whatever your parents have given to you, it was enough. If the only thing they have given you, it was your life, and then they gave you to adoption, you're alive, you're here, you made it. So it was enough. And so whatever I perceived that I did not get, it's my duty to make up for it. You're going to wait forever. And it may never come. Like that person may never come. But you can give what you want and you have it immediately. Right? And so we all seek to come back to that trust of a child. But we need to know what we can trust. Like not everything and everyone is trustworthy. That's very naive. People have a background for their behavior. They're not capable of doing what you want them to do. They're not capable of validating you because they're not validating themselves. They're suffering themselves. So we need to know what we can trust. And if we don't know what is trustworthy, like that which is trustworthy is non-manipulative. So whatever has no agenda, whatever, is agenda free, sees you as a whole and complete being, that is trustworthy. And so if I have not found that in my life, Guru Purnima is the day to ask for that. Every day is the day to ask for that, but especially on July 21st. So you're in prayers, you're in devotion. Because what happens when we are in devotion? We do not fight. We do not resist the facts we cannot change. You're using your will in the most powerful way. You're in prayer. You're acknowledging that there is something there that is indescribable. The grace factor. You're invoking grace. And so the most powerful ways to use to use my will that you have, I have, we have a free will. There's so much where we have, everything is given, it's already here, and now your parents, your background, your traumas, it's all given. You can't change it. But you still have a free will. You can choose how you're going to respond to your mom, to your dad, to your trauma. You have a choice. And so we get to really claim that power of choice and use that will. And if I don't know what to do, it is not the time to make a decision. You wait. But you don't really wait, you pray. You say, universe, show me, help me, teach me, guide me. You open yourself up to grace. And help is there, always is here. Right? But often we want that help to come from only this person, only my husband, only my wife. It has to be this person that tells me that they love me and no one else. But that person has a background. They cannot tell you what you want them to do or tell you. But there's 100 other people that can help you, can tell you, they want to tell you, they do love you. But the inner child, no, I want it to be from this person and from no one else. It has to be this job, it has to be this place, it has to be this. And so there we surrender and pray. So that's Guru Purnima, July 21st, very auspicious day. In India, everyone will go to their teacher. They will come and bring their offerings. They will do pujas, they will do rituals, they bathe the feet. Like, it's very weird for us in our culture, bathing someone's feet. But when we understand what's the meaning behind, it's not, it's like, wow. It brings you to tears. Like the reverence, the love, the bhakti, the inexplicable, the gratitude is expressed in offering some water and pouring water over someone's feet, and you touch it with so much love, with so much care, with so much reverence. It's that childlike being that has so much love for their parents. You just want to shower them with love. There's infinite gratitude there. And we are so desperate of expressing that love and gratitude. Actually, that's all we want. We all want love, and we all want to be loved. And we're so afraid to love. Because if we love, we get to be vulnerable again. If I'm vulnerable, like, show how much I care. How sensitive I am. Wow. It's scary. Who is going to love me? Who is going to love me if they see how sensitive I am? And in Bali, in India, the people are not afraid to show their love in such ways. It's so profound, so beautiful. So whatever we judge in life, it's because we have not understood it. Make a mental note. Whatever you judge, it's because you have a wrong perception of it. Once you understand, you cannot judge anymore. We only judge because there's something we have not assimilated, we have not understood. We don't see the things clearly as they are, and we are still rejecting a part of ourselves. We think that this part is not lovable. And so Like Vedanta, the freedom that you gain when you go on the spiritual journey is that you get out of judgment, basically. As long as I'm judging, I'm not fully free. And of course, the mind will always be judging to a certain extent. That's the nature of the mind. The mind will always be judging. That's the nature of the mind. But you don't judge yourself for judging. Then you see your mind judging, and you not make a double judgment that, oh, now I'm judging, and I shouldn't be judging. You just let the mind do what it does, and you can see it objectively. Oh, there's a part of me that is a little bit insecure. It's hurt, and I bring it back home, basically. And that's Guru, right? And so to have a sacred mirror in your life that can mirror the truths of your existence, there's no greater blessing than that. And I know that it's almost impossible to believe that this still exists. Like you hear this and it might sound like a fairy tale, but it exists. Right? It is the truth. It has to be the truth, because it is the truth. You are limitless. In deep sleep, you don't know anything. You have no relationships. You're a nobody. You're happy in yourself, by yourself, without any reason. You don't know anything. You have not identified with anything. You have no relationship. You're not a mother, not a father, not a teacher, not a CEO. You don't know anything. And you're happy in yourself, by yourself, without any reason. Every night you go to deep sleep to sleep. That's why you love sleep. Because for this moment you get to be yourself. We call it temporary moksha. And then we wake up, right? And the identification with the body-mind sense temple comes back, and I want. And I see myself as this limited being in time and space. I want. And what I want keeps changing. That I want, it doesn't change. I always want. I just don't know what I really want. What is that which is really going to make you be free? What is that? That's the real question to ask. That's the only question to ask, actually. So Guru Purnima is the day where we honor the truth and those that live a life, are dedicated to a life of truth. Right? All those that are practicing, that have a sincere value, that are doing the best they can, that are practicing, like the yogis, the tantrikas, like so many people. There are so many that are really sincerely practicing. The dharmis, the ones that follow dharma. We're celebrating those. We're creating a celebration, right? A celebration of the truth of who we are. And so that day, I created a special mistress masterclass for women, men, non-binary, for all beings. And it will be a full day. It's called Dharma and SEX, magic. SEX, magic. I can't say the word, otherwise I'm going to get banned. So Dharma and magic. And so the first session of the day is dedicated to what Dharma is, and your Dharma, like you, also to empower you as the human being that you are, and recognizing that you are a powerful being, and to also not only honor the truth of who you are and those that walk the truth, but also like you all, we all have gifts, we all have vibhutis, glories, and something to share. Like, and it's to honor like what you have learned in this life, what you have gained, and to empower you to bring that out into the world, to neutralize this imposter syndrome, like this belief, I don't know enough, I need to do 100,000 more courses before I can go out. But there's a sincerity in sharing and not putting myself higher than what I am. It's just an owning where I am and sharing to the degree that I'm capable, and knowing I do it so that I can grow. Like following your dharma, in other words. That's the first session. The second session is dedicated to a mentorship, where it's like a hot seat, and like whatever blockage is there or fear, I guide you through them. And then so it's a beautiful like direct meeting where we can talk, and feel through the fears of you going out and shine. And then the third session is dedicated to the SCX magic, a beautiful, very deep, intimate ritual that is here to help us manifest our visions and our dreams. So I'm going to host this on July 21st. This is Sunday in a week. Sunday or Monday. Yeah, Sunday in a week, I think. And I will post, you can send me a message. And I will send you the link to sign up. And I ask a contribution for it. And then you will have access to the replay if you cannot join live. So that is what I wanted to share with you. Now we're going to go into step number 6 of Ritualize Your Life. And today, step number 6 is dedicated to water. So after acknowledging that we exist, that we can breathe, sanctifying our actions, honoring our fertility, our creative power, then we have stepped out of the bed, honoring Mother Earth, and we ask her for protection. Then we most probably go and drink some water, right? And so we are drinking the water and acknowledging that water exists. Right? Like nowadays, we go to the, what's it called? A faucet, tap. We just open the tap and the water comes out and we drink. Right? And we probably have drunk water for a very long time without thinking about like how amazing it is to be able to open the tap and drink the water out of the tap. Like I'm living right now here, like in the full-blown wilderness in south of Portugal. I love it. It's like full wild luxury. Like really, I'm out in the yurt and I have a outside toilet and the outside shower and an outside kitchen and it's like just the luxury of every single part, the water, the light, the electricity, and so profoundly grateful that I can experience this here in the nature. It's nothing like it, like to be out in nature and be so close to the elements. And so the water sometimes is brown when I open the faucet because it comes directly from the well. Like, and I could go like, wow, this water is brown and it shouldn't be brown, and why is it brown? Or I can just say, oh wow, it's brown water, and I just leave it open for a while until it becomes clear. And that's the choice I have. I can either like ugly water, stinky water. I was like, okay, wow, thank God as I have water, and thanks God as we all still have water. Just the water is becoming more and more extinct. Right? There's not so much water available anymore. We're very much aware. We're noticing the climate change everywhere. So every day we're more and more faced with the reality that things are changing. And so the water also is being sold nowadays. Like in certain countries, you buy water. And for those that still live like in Switzerland or Germany, you can still drink the water. Wow, we're very blessed. Like, brings me to tears. I'm very emotional today. So like that we can drink water. So this step is dedicated to the waters. And so we don't just drink the water. So we're invoking the goddess in the water, or the god, or that which is sacred, the universe, however you want to call it. Here I call it this. In this water I invoke the infallible one. Just giving other words, other names, other description to not get rigid or tunneled vision into just like one name or one form. So here was the infallible one, that which cannot fail. What is infallible is the order of things. Right? The order of things. And some of you sent so many beautiful comments that I haven't read. I was like in such a talking moment. So before we go into the water, I just want to see some of your questions. For Karagrivas, is it okay to use a different melody? I originally learned from Kaya the same words, but in a different tune. Yes, from Kaya, absolutely. She is a traditional teacher. There are different melodies that go with it. Different meters, we call it, actually. Not so much a melody. Yes. Kate said, you look at Guru as love. Wonderful. Beautiful. Yeah, like, so you're, when you hear the word Guru, there's love. That's beautiful. That's what we actually want to get to, right? Neutralize the fear and feel love. Just like when we hear the word God and we have a reaction and feel afraid, we want to inquire into that and ultimately arrive at love and fearlessness. Theo, I had a beautiful experience with Ishwar Prasada Buddhi last night. In a busy restaurant, my food was delayed significantly. I received it as a prasad and sat meditating. Yes, that is exactly it, right? You could have gotten angry, why isn't the food here? And then got angry at the waiter, and they already have a busy day. This is so beautiful. Then one of the waiters came and asked me for information around meditating. Beautiful. He was looking for a teacher in person. I suggested a few options and then also invited him to join me sitting. Now I have a student to guide. Oh, that is so wonderful. I love this story. I'm gonna keep this story and share this story. It's a beautiful story. Exactly. Yeah. Rebecca, I repeated the rituals oceanside this morning, feeling deeply grateful. Oh, beautiful. Yes, like all these rituals we're learning, you can apply them any time during the day. Incorporate them into the day. I'm so loving seeing so many of you here. Daman, Giovanella, my love, Georgia. Sarah, how do you translate limitless in German? Grenzenlos? Unbegrenzt, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, unbegrenzt, grenzenlos. Exactly. I'm doing well, thank you. So nice to see Greta. Oh, dear, I haven't seen you in a long time. Katarina, before I didn't like the word guru. Nowadays, when I listen that word, I like it. Sounds strength, something like that. My body feels that. Thank you for sharing. Okay. I think I got all your connects. You were channeling, love it. Me inspiras mucho. Thank you. Okay, so the water. So here we're invoking the infallible one. What is infallible is the order. What is an order? We are living within orders. There's a psychological order. There's a physiological order. There is a biological order. We're living in an order that has many orders. There's an order within an order within an order. The order of the unconscious. If I've gone through a difficult or traumatic situation, the order is that the universe created the unconscious. And then the order of things is that you will forget, that you have forgotten about this situation. You lived 30 years without remembering this situation. The order is that someone will come. You will fall in love. And then that person will remind you, will bring up this old wound. That is the order. Because you're meant to come back to wholeness. And so the order can never fail. It is infallible. And so that's something that we get to deeply and assimilate. There's a very beautiful book by Swami Dayananda that's called Understanding Ishvara. And Ishvara means the order of things. Because then we can start to get rid of this idea that God is some human with likes and dislikes and decides between good and bad. Because like when things don't go the way we want, and I'm using now the most extreme example, but the most extreme then relates to all other examples, is that if you are a mother or a father and you have a child, it is possible for you to lose that child. We would never ever want that. We do 100 rituals for that to avoid a situation like that, but it can happen. You know that it can happen. Like not going into pregnancy and thinking you can have a child and thinking that nothing will ever happen to the child, that is naive. So the teachings are here to help us prepare ourselves for everything, even for the worst case scenario. Am I ready for that? Then you are going into situations with objectivity. And so what we have seen many, many times, like so many people come to Swamiji and then they say, like, how could God ever take my child away? And then they stop believing in God. But you stop believing because from the beginning you never understood what God was or is. You believed in God, and you believed in a wrong image of God. You believed in God as God being a being that has a long beard, that sits in the clouds and has likes and dislikes. That is a misunderstanding, a misconcept of God. And so God is not to be believed in, God is to be understood. The goddess is to be understood. And we understand God, goddess, through understanding the order of things. And once we understand the order of things, we understand that which is infallible. And so once we understand that, then we can go to that which is formless. So in order to go to the formless, which is love, absolute love, unconditional love, we get to embrace all the forms, all the conditions, and understand why there are conditions. There are conditions. If we are living within a relative world, there are a gazillion of conditions and setups. And all the setups will eventually upset you. That is the order. So it's up to us to not misplace our security or happiness, place our security or happiness onto a setup, because it's going to make me upset. So here in this water, I invoke that which is infallible, and may it purify my mind and my body. This is the English prayer, so you can also translate that into your language, into your mother tongue. So when you go to the water faucet, or you can also pour some water into a little pot and have it on your altar, for example. But just the simple way is to go to the water, and then what I like to do is like if we got to a fountain, for example, in India, what we would do to drink water is we place the right hand on top of the left hand, and then you kind of receive the water like this. Like, so the water comes out and then you receive it. Or if there's a river, like you would put your two hands on top and you drink the water, and you hear in this water, I invoke that which is infallible, that which is sacred, that which purifies me. Right? That which is infallible, that which purifies me is my understanding. And so please purify my body, purify my mind. And then we drink the water. And so the three mantras of today in Sanskrit, so you can repeat after me, is Om Acyutaya Namaha, Om Acyutaya Namaha, Om Acyutaya Namaha. So you see the A has a long line, and the long line means it's a long A, a dirgha A. Acyutaya, Acyutaya, Om Acyutaya Namaha, Om Acyutaya Namaha, Om Acyutaya Namaha. And so Acyutaya means my reverence, my salutation, my invocation to Acyutaya, to that which is infallible. Like that which cannot fail is called unto Acyutaya. And then Om Anantaya Namaha, Om Anantaya Namaha, Om Anantaya Namaha. So then like the first is Om Acyutaya Namaha, and then we drink. The second one is Om Anantaya Namaha, Om Anantaya Namaha, and then we drink again. So here again, my invocation, my salutation, my reverence, my gratitude to that which is Ananta. Ananta means, Anta means end, Ananta means no end, that which is limitless. So we're invoking that which is limitless. I invoke that which is infallible. Okay? So I invoke that which is not going to judge me, that which doesn't see that I'm a failure. And so in this prayer, you're invoking the people, the surrounding sacred mirrors that are not going to only mirror your failures and tell you you're not good enough and you failed and you're a mistake. No, you're invoking to have mirrors that tell you that you are infallible. Like actions fail, but you are infallible. Anantaya, invoking that which lets me see that I'm limitless, that I'm whole, that I'm complete. I welcome that into my life, and I do that through this water. Like, because water also purifies me. Like every time I drink, I feel refreshed. I feel, it takes out the toxins of the body. And then the third one is Om Govindaya namaha. Om Govindaya namaha. Om Govindaya namaha. And so always long. Om, go, always long. Vinda, on the nakara, in the N, you have a double nakara. And so then you stay on the nakara a little bit longer. It becomes Govin, Govin. The na stays on the then T's. Govindaya namaha. Govindaya namaha. Om Govindaya namaha. And so Govinda is, who is Govinda? Govinda is Krishna. And so, like, Krishna is one of the most beautiful characters in all the stories of the Vedic tradition. And Krishna means the most attractive one, is the teacher. And so the teacher is Krishna. And we can, like when we talk about God, Goddess, there's three ways to talk about God or Goddess. We can talk about God in the form of a character, of a mythological character. Here it's Govinda, here it's Krishna, it could be Rama, it could be Buddha, it could be Martina, it could be Luisa. But in the Vedic tradition, here it happens to be Krishna, happens to be Govinda. Govinda is the one that reveals through knowledge, like through the word, Gobihi, through the words he reveals the truth. And so he's also known as the cow, the one who takes care of the cows. And here, what is the story with taking care of the cows means that he's a simple fellow in reality, and just nurturing, taking care of the cattle, taking care of nature, taking care of the cow really represents the Veda. The cow represents Sanatana Dharma, represents universal values. He's the hüter, he's the caretaker of the infinite well, the infinite knowledge, the priceless knowledge that frees us all. Self-knowledge, yourself. And so he's the one that takes care of that, and he milks the cow, right? And he gives milk. It's such a beautiful story. He's milking the cow, and the milk is what is the milk? It's the nourishment. Like we as babies, what do we want? All we want is to suck on our mother's tit. And the breasts are the symbol of nourishment, and so we drink from this from the mother's breast that are just pure love, and all we want is to get back to the breast of the mother, right? And so Krishna milks the cow and brings the milk to the people, and so brings the nourishment, right? And so this water, I'm inviting that which brings me nourishment, that which brings me love. And so of love, nourishment ultimately is through dharma, through values and self-knowledge, through the truth of what you are. And so we can talk about God in the three ways, either through these mythological characters, and we have the stories, and they are like incarnated beings, but they're not just like living one life. We see the stories, how they live infinite lives, and how they change forms, and how they change gender, and how they get cursed and then uncursed, and they have all the difficult situations like we have, because they are me, and me, I am them, right? And then we can learn how they deal with difficult situations. And they deal with difficult situations through following dharma. And so then we can learn through these stories how to deal with life. And so God is in the form of Nara. Nara means human beings. God is in the form of Pashupati, is in the form of all the animals. God is in the form of the Bhuta, all the elements. God, the sacred, is in the form of everything. So you can call it Krishna, you can call it Govinda, you can give whatever name you want, because every name is the name of God. So that's one way to talk about God. Then the second way is in the form of the qualities, not in the form of stories, and I mean stories, yes, but not in the form of like characters, nara, but in the form of qualities, like satya, the truth. I spoke about that at the beginning, to have the value to speak the truth. We can talk about God in the form of ahimsa, the value for causing least harm. So we can talk about all the different qualities and the different forms also that the Veda uses. And then we can talk about God as formless. That's the third way, where we go to the formless. That's where we are using the words like limitless, like whole and complete, like awareness, like consciousness. That is more abstract. But in order to understand abstract, you get to first embrace that which is very physical, the form, the world, your experience. You cannot bypass that. If you do, you disassociate. Right? For most people, there's always exception to the rules, but for most people, that's the way to go. So these are the three ways how we unfold God, Goddess, or that which is sacred. And here in the third one, we're invoking like this Govinda, this Krishna, this milk, this nectar that nourishes us. So these are the three prayers you can chant. And I do this not only in the morning when I drink water, but I chant this a lot. Like when I have my bottle of water throughout the day, I have a glass of water, I go to a lake and I sip some water, I just say silently, Om acyutaya namaha, Om anantaya namaha, Om govindaya namaha. Or if you just drink the bottle like this also, you can say this and remember that which is infallible, that which is limitless, that which is infinite nourishment. So let's chant it 3 more times and then we conclude. Om acyutaya namaha, Om acyutaya namaha, Om anantaya namaha, Om anantaya namaha, Om govindaya namaha, Om govindaya namaha, Om acyutaya namaha, Om acyutaya namaha, Om anantaya namaha, Om anantaya namaha. Here on the anantaya, you also stay on the na. Anantaya. Om anantaya namaha, Om govindaya namaha, Om govindaya namaha. One more time. Om acyutaya namaha, Om acyutaya namaha, Om anantaya namaha, Om anantaya namaha, Om govindaya namaha, Om govindaya namaha. Let's take a moment and just enjoy the immediate effect of chanting. Even if you are not drinking right now, you can just imagine that you're drinking water. You can even, we are always, or a lot, swallowing our own saliva. So you can also just, as you swallow your saliva, have these prayers. Om acyutaya namaha, anantaya namaha, govindaya namaha. Because we are 80% of water. Acknowledging all the water. So when you drink the waters from the faucet or the river, you're saying thank you to all the waters, to all the rivers, all the lakes, all the waterfalls, all the oceans, the rain. Thank you, waters. Thank you, water. To the water that is in my body. And may I be purified. In reality, we are purer than the purest. But when we speak about purification, what we refer to is to the wrong judgments that I have made upon myself, the world, and God, Goddess. Om Tat Sat. Okay, we're concluding here. Dektaras has been by a river chanting right now. Blessings for that. Dektara, in Guru Mukh, we invoke Narayana as the god of water. You said Naran is the human. Yeah, Narayana. Ayana means the abode of Nara, of humans. It's Vishnu. So Vishnu, his abode is all the humans, one of his many abodes. And so all humans are God, right? God is in the form of humans. It's just that we humans don't know that we are God until we do. So yeah, I don't know. Gurumukh is Narayan, god of water. God of water usually we say is Varuna, but like Varuna is the god of waters. Also Saraswati, and Narayana is the god is Vishnu, and Vishnu is the one that sustains all. So in one way you can take all of these different gods, goddesses for all aspects. Much love, everyone. Any questions? And if you have questions, also you can let me know then later when I post this. Share your insights, your things that come up. I so love to hear from you. Bea, hello. Thanks, Sharada. Is this going to be recorded? Yes, everything is recorded. Everything is posted on my feed. You find all the previous days there and the ones that are coming if we wake up tomorrow. Okay. Mangalam. Thank you so much for being here with me. This was a very deep class. I thought yeah. Mangalam, wonderful. Oh, and yes, welcome for Guru Purnima, July 21st. I will also post the link, and I'd love to see you there. There we're going to meet on Zoom. We're going to see each other. I see you. We're going to interact with each other. I'd love to spend that Guru Purnima with you together. Thank you so much. Thank you, Erin, Ulrika, Michelle, Luisa, Kate, Erle. Oh, so happy you're all here and that we are in this together. Let the rains come, like maybe now, and Philippa is here, Devi, like when we're also now today with the water. Maybe that's why I'm also very emotional today, because of course, like it's the water day for us, and I've been crying a lot, like tears of gratitude, just tears of gratitude, of release, and that's why we have, how we call this, we can cry, like we have tear. Not veins, but how you call that? Where the tears come out?
The duct.
Duct, yeah, exactly. Philippa also said, I'm also crying. And Luisa said, I was by a waterfall. It's raining here all day, yeah. Oh, mwah.